Alright guys, welcome back to the shop, and I'm going to start working on this bedside. This is the left-hand bedside, and LMC does not offer a left-hand short bedside replacement. They do offer the right hand. They're about $300 and something plus freight shipping, so the right hand side of this one is in a lot worse shape than this side. So what I've done is I've ordered a patch panel that basically is this part right here, right? And I'll just take and cut this corner out, and it looks like this right here is just spot welded to this back piece. You can see this is a lot thicker metal right here, so probably just take this plug out and take these spot welds off, and then I'll just cut out a little square and replace this part right here. So today I'm gonna get started by trying to get this trim off. I don't like wheel well trim because if you ain't real good about it, it'll get dirt, moisture trapped behind it, and it'll rust out the lip. Now this one's got some issues right here. You can see we've got some trash behind this part here that's starting to, it ain't rusted through yet, thankfully, but it wouldn't be long if it had a little bit of moisture in it to start rusting out. The rest of it is in actually pretty good shape. I don't know what kind of coating this is, if it's the original paint or what. It's peeling, but it's pretty good right in here. So probably just end up wire wheeling this area and what I can get to. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on places I can't get to, and we'll go from there. I've got to take off the trim and these little rubber stops. Now I was thinking about go ahead and getting the other bedside removed and the front panel and all that, but I would have probably room in here to work on the two bedsides. But I think it's just going to be quite easier to do one at a time, and then I've got to order a new bed floor, so it'll probably be a few weeks before I get ready to order that. So anyway, that's what we'll do. We'll work on the bedsides. I'm not going to be in no hurry, and I'm not going to be down here every evening working on this, so it's probably going to take quite a while to get these ready. Today is an awesome day outside. It's 70 degrees, windy. Tomorrow, supposed to be thunderstorms, and then after that, back in the 30s and 50s. Unfortunately, I'm not ready to do any painting, because today would have been a good day to paint. Of course, I've had to put my doors back on. You can see it's quite windy outside. So, yep, it's blowing pretty good. So anyway, I'm going to get that wheel well trim off, and we'll go from there. Well, that was no problem getting off. It came right off, and actually don't look too bad. Not rusted out nowhere. It's got a little bit of badness right there, but that ain't too bad. And I went ahead and got rid of all the loose paint, whatever this stuff was. And I'm fixing to take this grinder with the brush cup on it and try to get rid of this seam sealer, and probably hit this area right in here a little bit more. There's going to be a lot of areas on here that I really just can't get to without taking it apart, and I just ain't going to take this thing apart. But see right in here where it was getting a little bit of surface rust, it's actually in pretty good shape though. So I'm going to set you up, and I don't have my big tripod, but I'll set you up this little one, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. Alright guys, so you can see I went around and I got most of this stuff off. It did kind of smear some of it, but I think time I take a sand, go around with a sander and some 80 grit, it'll probably come right off. We got a lot of pitting right here. I'll probably take some Duraglass, smooth this out a little bit. It's definitely not all the way through, but it's something that's a little more deeper than what filler primer would cover up. And these areas right in here, I'm gonna just take some rust converter, spray this area and that down yonder, and this I'm gonna leave for right now because I got to get a patch panel for it. And yeah, and I'm gonna turn it over and we'll take off the mold and we'll go from there. This is this side's pretty much done except for some rust converter. I can spray this right here with rust converter, spray that there, flip her over, and we'll start on the other side. Alright, so now we can see a lot better. Well, you couldn't see it on the truck because it was up underneath. And it's also got this protective coating right here. We'll have to get it off, but that'll sand off. And then these trim pieces, this little rubber piece right here, little rubber bumper, we'll get it off. And this big trim here, and then the corner trim. It's too bad that this thing's got so many dents in it, because I'd like to keep that, but it's got to come off. So this first thing I'm gonna do is try to get this piece of molding off. And the biggest thing I found is just get something under it and pry up on it. So the first thing I'm going to try is this plastic scraper. Let's see if we can get it going. Stuff's just got double-sided tape under it. I wish I could find my metal scraper, but can't seem to find it. And once you got it loosened up, you ought to be able to pull up on it with your fingers. If you're real lucky, most of the tape will stay on the mold, not on the body. I tell you what, they got some good tape on this stuff. And then we'll take a eraser wheel or a razor blade at work, either one, and take that off. Since I'm not worried about saving the paint, we'll just take it off with a razor blade scraper. One thing I do need to do before I go much further is get a measurement to the top of this paint line from the bottom of that, so I'll have a reference. And also on the front, this paint kind of goes at a diagonal, almost a 45 down. So I want to get a picture of that. I'll continue on getting the rest of this molding off, and I'll show you how to get this back molding off. It's not no big deal either. Alright guys, I got this trim off, and I went ahead and pulled this back piece off. I had company here and I didn't want to film it, but you can see there's a nut on one end and a clip on the other. This nut's kind of a pain to get to. It's in this hole right here, and there's very little room to get down in there with a wrench. That is a 3/8 inch nut, but was able to get it off. And of course it had a lot of dirt, but very little rust, so I was happy to see that. I guess now what we'll do is I'll get me a razor blade and I'll try to scrape this stuff off. And then I think I'm going to call it quits for today. The next time I come in here, I'm going to give it a good bath, get all this dust or dirt crap off, and then we'll go to sanding on it. I don't want to sand over all this dirt. Alright, so I'm just going to use a razor blade scraper, and it's got a pretty decent blade. It ain't new. If you had a dull one, it'd probably be even better, but I'm going to try this first. Like I said, I ain't really worried about scratching up the paint, because we'll be sanding it off anyway. Just don't do no gouging. If you don't want to use a razor blade, get you one of those eraser wheels. It'll take it right off. It's just a little more dirty for me. A little more pain in the butt to use it. This bottom one, it came off pretty clean, but I wanted to mention these holes here had a little old clip in them. It was up underneath this molding. It didn't really attach to the molding, but one thing to remember, this thing, the paint line goes right through the center of that hole there. It also goes through the center of this hole. So it should go through the center of that hole, but it don't. They got off a little bit right there. But this back side will be real easy to tape up for that gray. Here's another hole right here. Alright, so there's no place really to tell here where that line should be, so I've got to measure that before we sand it. So anyway, guys, got to get this off. That's done got hard, so I'll probably just cut it off. And next time we'll give it a bath and start sanding. So until then, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you're hunting.